3 years ago, I was looking like this because I was listening to some fitness influencers online who were telling me that I should eat everything in order to get big. I should eat as much as I can of any food in order to get bigger because you have to eat big to get big. So I believed in that bullshit and I started eating junk. I was eating chocolates every single day. I was eating chipses. I was drinking sodas, energy drinks every single day. And in few months time, I got fat. I looked like this. I had bloated stomach. I had fat under my tits. And as a guy who was skinny for his whole life, I was crushed because I suddenly got fat and I was slower. I wasn't even much stronger. I was just slow and I was ugly. When I looked in the mirror, I was ugly. So I decided I'm gonna start my fat loss journey. And in 6 months' time, I looked like this. I was strong, I was lean, I was aesthetic, and I was happy with my life. And by the way, I was enjoying in the whole process of fat loss. And in this video I will tell you what I did and how you can do the same. Welcome brother, my name is Luka Tepšić and on this channel Tepša Fit I help men get stronger, get successful and get better. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to this channel. I don't want to waste your time no more. The first thing I did is I trained calisthenics. 4 years ago when I was skinny, I decided I'm gonna change and I'm gonna start with calisthenics because I saw people on the internet who were literally doing push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats, and they were looking like Greek gods. So I wanted to look like a Greek god myself because think about it. People few thousand years ago were looking like gods. You can see the sculptures. They were shredded, lean, aesthetic. They were strong, masculine. And they didn't have access to the gym. They weren't doing bench press every single day. What they were doing push-ups, they were doing pull-ups, they were working with their bodies, they were fighting, they were hunting, you know what I mean. That's how you build that strong, aesthetic and lean body, with mastering your own body weight, not by lifting heavy dumbbells in the gym and looking like a bloated, like a bloated fat guy. Because with the calisthenics you will build this lean, functional, aesthetic body that is attractive, that is healthy. So my goal was always to be lean and aesthetic, and I look like that because I do calisthenics. As I said, I do high reps calisthenics. What that means is I do a lot of reps of push-ups, of pull-ups, of dips, squats. For my workout, I maybe do sometimes 100 pull-ups, I do 200 pull-ups, 300 pull-ups, I do supersetted pull-ups with push-ups, with dips, with squats. I mix, I do pyramids, I do EMOMs, I do lots of different variations of workouts, and that is how I've built my physique. I do a lot of volume. I can't really increase my intensity because my body is always kind of the same weight. So I increase volume, I do more reps every single workout, I try to improve in repetitions, and that is how I build this strong and lean body. So yeah, that is the first step, and that is how you build muscle and you lose fat. Because when you do calisthenics, you're burning much more calories than if you're just working in a gym. Think about it, I do thousands of reps per workout. Literally hundreds and thousands of push-ups, pull-ups, dips, squats. That way I burn lots of calories and I build muscle. I lose fat and I gain muscle at the same time. That is why calisthenics athletes are always very lean and shredded. So that is the first step I did and I will do for the rest of my life. And if you need help with calisthenics, if you want to start calisthenics, you don't know what to do, I will help you. All you really need to do is send me a message, mentor, in DM on Instagram. Link is in the description. Send me your age, your height, your weight, and your training goal, and I'll help you. So link is in the description. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a message, mentor, in DM, as I said. The second thing, or the step I took, is I reduced my junk food intake So as I said, I was eating lots of junk, chocolates, drinking sodas every single day, chipses. I throw all that in the garbage. I started eating whole foods like eggs, meats, fruits, nuts, vegetables, potatoes, rice, cheese. You know, the foods that are healthy, that are one ingredient, that are whole foods, that are that are gotten from the nature. We got them from the nature, not from the fabric. That way, I didn't even stress about food that much. I was just eating as much as I could. Literally, I was eating as much as I could: eggs, meats, fruits, and I didn't even think about calories or any of that. I was training and I was eating healthy foods, and I was losing fat and I was building muscle. So you don't have to stress about calories, counting, or literally spending 3 hours every single day counting calories. That is bullshit. You don't need to do that. You just have to eat healthy foods, as I said, whole foods that are not full of seed oils and sugars, and that way you will lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. So that is the second step I took. The third step I took in order to losing fat and gaining muscle is I was getting more outside. I was in the sun, doing workouts, literally just sitting in the sun, enjoying my day. That way I got more vitamin D, I got more testosterone, which helped me lose fat, gain muscle. So the sun is a big life changer. My skin is healthier, I'm glowing from the sun. So try to every single day get as much sun as you possibly can. That way you'll get healthier and you lose fat, because as I said, sun helps with your hormones, and your hormones naturally reduce the fat and you want more muscles, so your hormones will want more muscles in your body too. So that is the third step I took. And the fourth and the last, maybe even the most important or the second most important thing, is fasting. I did fasting in this process. I was eating in 8 hours window and I was eating nothing in 16 hours window. So I would sleep, and that was around 8-9 hours of not eating, and the next 5, 6, 7 hours I was not eating anything, just drinking water. And from 12 a.m. to 8 p.m. I was eating foods, as I said, meats, eggs, rice, or anything I wanted in that cycle. Of course, not junk. I was trying to eat healthy as much as I could, and that way fasting helped me a lot, because when you fast you use energy from your fats. I switched to using fats from my stomach, under my tits, you know, the fat around whole my body. That way I was using that fat as an energy and I was losing fat. And of course, fasting helps you with your growth hormone. So the more you fast, the higher your growth hormone will be, and growth hormone helps you increase your muscle mass. So that helped me a lot too. And that is the fourth thing I did in this process. And yeah, brother, that's it for this video. If it helped you, leave a like, subscribe to this channel, and as I said, if you want me to help you, send me a message in DM, mentor, link is in the description. Follow me on Instagram, send me a message, mentor in DM, send me your age, your height, weight, and your training goal, and I'll help you. That's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.